Alright, in this video I'm going to overview the editing tools, which is the third group on your toolbar here. So I have a picture of Lucy, and we're going to go ahead and apply these tools to her. The very first one, this kind of teardrop looking tool, that is actually the blur tool. So kind of self-explanatory. What it does is it blurs whatever you kind of highlight and click on. So if I want to say blur the background here, I could select the diameter size. So I'm going to go ahead and make this diameter kind of large. And if I were to go ahead and kind of click and drag all around her, and you have to be careful because it does apply it to whatever it is that you're kind of running over, it's going to go ahead and start to blur the background. So I'm just kind of clicking, and if you say look at the difference between the rocks on the right hand side and even the water here, let's blur that. It's pretty clear to see that the rocks on, say, the right hand side are far more blurry than the rocks on the left. Next, you have the Sharpen tool. Now it kind of does the opposite of the blur tool, so it goes ahead and it tries to sharpen up your image, but it's not really meant to do a large area. But if I went ahead and if I tried to drag this over the rocks, it won't necessarily undo what I did, because it's going to start to get kind of distorted like that. But let me just show you what I'll do on, say, just Lucy here. It goes ahead and it essentially increases the contrast to make an image appear more sharp. So it just kind of adds color, and you can certainly overdo it because it will start to become grainy if so. Next, we have the smudge tool, which allows you kind of blend colors next to one another. So say, for example, I want to pull some of this brown into the white on her face. I can go ahead and kind of smudge that around like so. Then we have the sponge tool, which actually saturates the image, so it goes ahead and adds saturation. You have the dodge tool, which goes ahead and it darkens, and lightens the image. And then you have the burn tool, which actually darkens an image. Then you have red eye reduction, which Lucy does not have any red eye, but if somebody did, you could use that. And you have the band-aid. So what the band-aid does is actually tries to sort of copy or blend colors around one another. So for example, Lucy has kind of this scar under her eye here. So if I were to go ahead and click on that, it's going to try to take the colors from around the scar and cover it up. And it's not by far a perfect solution, but the software does the best that it can. Then, for example, I could maybe use the smudge tool to sort of kind of smooth it out and blend that in, what the software tried to do a little bit better here, kind of pulling colors in and around to get rid of the sort of round edges of the tool. And when you zoom out, it should look relatively natural. Lastly, we have the pinch and bloat tool, which are pretty, again, self-explanatory. So if I were to grab the pinch tool, it actually kind of pinches in on an object, and the bloat tool would say do the opposite. So if I wanted to, per se, let's see if we can give Lucy a big paw. I can kind of make her paw sort of blow up there using the bloat tool.